world over, we engage in debates and discussions that unearth the stories behind the news. And we have our light moments too by chit-chatting about issues that affect our day-to-day life. We stay right here on the Sundown. Join in and be part of the show on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. The Sundown. For the news, views, opinion, debates, and discussions. Listen to who is who talking about issues that affect our country and continent. Only on the Sundown, your eye on South Sudan.
Hello and welcome to the Sundown Show on Radio with me, Madrama James. Today we shall be talking about something very important for mothers, babies and families across South Sudan. The protection, promotion and support of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is the best and most natural way to feed a baby. It helps a baby grow strong and healthy, protects them from sickness and creates a strong bond between mother and child. But many mothers in our country still face problems like a lack of support, pressure to use a formula, or not enough time and space at work. To help us understand this topic better, I will be joined live in the studio by three panel of experts from the Ministry of Health and one of its key health partners to discuss. Now, Kamisa Ayupa, who is the Director of Nutrition from the Ministry of Health, will be right here. Then Victoria Abua, a Deputy Director of Nursing and Midwifery at the Ministry of Health. And finally, from that World Vision International, I will have Angelina Newball, Nutrition Coordinator. They will be telling us what the government and partners are doing to help mothers, what support is available, and why all this needs to be protected or supported. I'm talking about babies in South Sudan. But before that, today, the parliament has officially reopened after 6 months of recess. And in one of the key address, our president said our economy has faced a serious challenge. The recent temporary shutdown of oil production has strained our finances and delayed salary payments. Thanks to decisive action, oil production has resumed and we are now moving steadily towards stability. But we cannot afford to be complacent. I have instructed the Vice President in charge of the economic cluster to prioritize timely salary payments for civil servants and organize forces and to ensure the full restoration of essential public services. Looking ahead, we must break free from over-reliance on oil. Our future relies in economic diversification through agriculture, fisheries, mining, trade, infrastructure, and investment in our people. To make this vision a reality, fiscal discipline is strong, financial management, and a fight against corruption are non-negotiable. These are pillars of our national recovery. President Salva Kiir Mayardit said this during his address at the Transitional National Legislative Assembly. Now we are asking you, what's your thought on that? 0911 986 986 as the Parliament officially has now reopened right here.
You are right where you deserve to be. Your eye on South Sudan.
Yes, and now call us and share your thought on the quote given by the head of the state, His Excellency President Salva Kiir, on the official reopening of the parliament. My studio lines are officially open. You can call us and share your thought with us on 0911 and 986 986. First caller, I read you.
Hello?
Ayua.
72 from 22.
Marhab.
Yes, we are a bit disappointed. The speech was not broadcast live. We wanted to hear so that we hear all the context. But now we can just speak in that like that.
Sure.
Yes, we don't know what was the reason because all the media houses were not able to relay the speech live.
Yeah, it was one of the protocol within the assembly.
What he said is right because civil servants have been experiencing a lack of cash. So from April up to now, there is still an institution that did not receive the April salary. Because if you go, I will say that there is no cash in the bank. And we hope that what he has said, that now it can be able to be implemented and our country can be able to move forward. We thank him for all what he has said. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, Radio. Get back to us on 0911 and 986. Indeed, the president acknowledged our economy has faced a serious challenge. Now, what your take is, the parliament has officially reopened. Hi, Radio.
Hello.
Naam, mzee bara shwaya mineza bitaka.
Tamam.
Ma watal munu dar min wen.
Denga ke muntasir min Konya.
Marhab. Male Sarja Tani 09 wide wale 2 986 ze barlaman kalas fatau wa itabumana shunu bedhab ze rais hagana bugol nam economy bitena khan taban lekin dabiga fursa ashan kif junubin biyagdera awil asika wa kamani jib 10 bezat fi modu bita asmak, modu bita dab, modu bita zira, modu bita tijaria ashan kif bele de bardo EMC gidam nasuma minde. Hi Radio.
Good evening.
Good evening, my young Sudan.
Yes, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, good to have you.
Thank you. The speech of the president is good, but what is always lacking is the action. Because even if we talk always good words and there is no action, then the country continue to remain in a very difficult situation. Like what we had. Yeah, currently some of the civil servants, like what the first caller said, they did not receive their salary because when you go to the bank, you will not get the cash. And then those who are in the villages or in remote areas without banks, they did not receive also because there is no cash in the banks where the money is sent. So these are the issues. If we need to embark on the real work, then the leaders who are tasked to recover our economy must do a very nice work for us, for our country to move. You see the problem that are always arising, issue of insecurity. This is because people are hungry. One was caught in my area, and then he said my house was burned. And then my children are suffering. I don't have anything. So I decided to go and steal. So it is not justification now for someone. Can you die when you are seeing someone is having a lot of things? So you can go and take one for you, for your children and you to survive. So if that person is taken to court, other factors can be considered even if he has a skill. So we need our leaders, especially the vice president for economic cluster, to make sure that what he had said when he was sworn in, he need to make sure the money is always released on 24th. And also the services are always available to the public. And this is where the public trusts the government. When there is nothing is given, no salary, no service, no security, who will trust them? And who will say that what they have said today is going to be an actionable plan? So this is what I have to contribute, and let me leave the rest of my colleague also.
Thank you.
inside.
Thank you. Yes, you have heard President Kiir said our future lies in economic diversification through agriculture, fisheries, mining, trade, infrastructure, and investing in our people. And now, according to him, to make this vision a reality, physical discipline, financial management, and fight against corruption are something not negotiable. So what's your take? 0911-022-986-986. I read you.
Hello, Madrama.
Ayuwa.
Ita ce
Mabattal.
Dana Julian.
Marhab.
Madrama barlaman mata. Yakin hatta لو في قرارات زي الرجال بتاع الايكونومي ده حاجات كل صعب وشنو ما في حاجة جديدة يا مدرمة ما في حاجة جديدة حاجات الغينا غشو قرارات الغينا غشو ده ما جينا في سوق أرض الواقع ما في حاجة يني أبو السياسة مرتبات وين أي ما ده إجرام بيجا كتير ده كله مشنو من عدم صرف مرتبات زي أخواننا الونس قدام ده تمشي بنكي قروش ما فيش إنت عندك قروش في بنكي ذاته ما بدوك له شفت يا مدرمة ده براو ده مشكلة تانية شالا برلمان فتا برلمان عنده شنو برلمان ما عنده حاجة كلام ده بس بولسو لكن ما بينفذها أرض الواقع كم قرارات هنا طلعوا أجازوا ما أجازوا ما في حاجة هنا أجازوا يا مدرمة هم جو من هم فاتوا إجازة هم كمان جات إجازة لأنه كان قبل كده هم قالوا كان ما صرفوا لهم من قروش هم ما شنو هم ما بفتح برلمان ده قبل أسبوعين أو قبل شهر الفات هم مونس كلام ده لكن حتى لو هم مونس ولا مو مونس هم ماشيين ده هم بيناقشوا حاجات لكن ما في حاجة تنفيذ بتاع يا مدرمة فأنا ما أعرف الحكومة بتاعنا حتى الرئيس ذاته قاعد يفكر شنو في الشعب بتاعه ونحن هو تعبانين شكرا يا مدرمة
شكرا جزيلا. ناسما من دبار راديو. ارجع تاني مرة في 09 وايد ولا 22986 راديو.
Hello. Hello.
نعم.
دمتي
منو؟ ماك دار من وين؟
أنا بقول كده في conservation بتاعي. الجدل ما عنده معنى عشان هذا ولا تسوق ده فيه. طبعا كلا لو ناس ولا تسوق بيجيب ساكت وما في تغيير بقى ملمته. تو شكل الجدل لما كل الناس كان يسكت وناس ما يونس لكن هذا هناك رو بكون شنو
أنا ما مشكلة الجد ماك
يلا لو ناس ونس ما في حاجة ثانية بغير نمسو فيه
ماك التوجد بتاع الجنوبين لو خلاص جنوبين ما بونس فيه ده ناس منيا بيجا ونس فيه
ما يلا لو ناس قاعد ونس ده ما في حاجة بعمل نمسو فيه ونسا ده موضوع أنا بقول أكير ناس يسكتوا ناس يعني لكن ده أكرنيه وكون شنو
نعم شكرا. ماك بس أنا بذكرت لو في إيه مشكلة في بلد ولا في أسرة ولا في قرية بتاعنا وبعنف عشان كيف يناقشوا لكن لو بيجا ناس بيسكت منو بدأ بيجي من سماوات عشان جاء ونسو ولا هيلو مشاكل بتاعنا خارج جنوبين. I read you.
Yes, good evening, Madrama James.
Good evening, Reverend.
Yes, in Jabal.
Welcome on board.
Thank you. Well stayed. So, Madrama James, when we talk about the difficulties of our economy in South Sudan, it is very difficult. But first of all, let me congratulate His Excellencies, our President, for reopening of legislature assembly today. Thank you for that. So, what I can say, Madrama James, economic in South Sudan is something difficult because our leaders, they know how to speak and how to talk very nicely. But when it comes into the action that they can do something, it will disappear. So that's why you see all South Sudanese citizens, they gave up because they do not see any change at all. While our leaders, they are always talking in a good mood. When you see a person talking, you thought that maybe tomorrow, for example, when the Vice President of Cluster come, Dr. Benjamin Bulmer, he said from the 24, the civil servant salary will be out. So up to now, we don't see something changing itself. It remains like before. So let me urge our government that let them know that citizens, they are for them and they are for this country, not politicians alone.
All right. Thank you.
Another one, let them go back to the RRC with dialogue instead of confrontation. And thank you.
Thank you. Well, at the moment, Reverend from Jebel should be my last caller. But thank you so much for sharing your thought with us. If in case you have just joined us, you're listening to the Sundown Show on iRadio. We have taken this moment to reflect on this speech given by His Excellency President Salva Kiir, that our future lies in the economic diversification through agriculture, fisheries, mining, trade, infrastructure, and investing in our people to make this vision a reality. Fiscal discipline, strong financial management, and fight against corruption are non-negotiable. And we have been seeking your thought on this. We shall discuss more in the second hour. Now let's shift our focus on that the protection and promotion and support of that breastfeeding. I'm blessed to be now joined live in the studio by Kamisa Ayub, who is a Director of Nutrition from the Ministry of Health. Then Victoria Abua, Deputy Director of Nursing and Midwifery at the Ministry of Health. Good to have all of you. Let me start with that, Kamisa. Why breastfeeding is so important? Welcome on board.
Okay. Good evening, listener, and then the Radio Miraya.
iRadio.
iRadio.
Juru
Yeah, radio, iRadio, for really giving the chance for us to talk about the important and promotion and support of breastfeeding. Yeah, we know the breastfeeding is something really natural. Yeah, it's natural. It's free of charge. The only thing we need really to make use of it in a proper way. And the breastfeeding is really very important because, as I mentioned, cheaper, available at any time, doesn't need anything, will not cause harm for the environment. That is why we, in the government of South Sudan, we are promoting breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, as it is, it's not all the breastfeeding, but how we can start. First of all, we can start the breastfeeding immediately after birth. We need to put the child to the breast of the mother, even if it's still in a process of delivery to finish, the child will start the breastfeeding immediately within the 1 hour. And then we'll continue for 6 months without water, without food, without anything, exclusive breastfeeding your child. And unless the child is sick and then seek the medical support, you will give medicine to the child. Otherwise, the breastfeeding alone is important for this duration of 6 months exclusively.
Victor, that's Kamisa. Why is the Ministry of Health talking about or emphasizing about breastfeeding? Few matal magur Kelly Yalbitomoni Rada Welesh, why are we talking about this?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is really very important question. The Ministry of Health is like dumping area for every problem. If the child has diarrhea, if the child have any disease, I think will come to the Ministry of Health. And we thought in the Ministry of Health, exclusive breastfeeding is the best option. Will not cause the child to have a diarrhea, respiratory tract infection, even will prevent mother from having will reduce the the onset of cancer to the mother during the breastfeeding. And then the child who breastfeed is really very intelligent. And to avoid diarrhea, to avoid other things in a reduced way, we in the Ministry of Health, we are working to promote the breastfeeding, not to give the BMS to the child.
All right. Let me invite Victoria Abua, who is Deputy Director of Nursing and Midwifery. In a day, normal circumstances, yan umakan mufurudi wadi walerada jana bito kamarat. How many times in a day, for example?
Okay. Thank you for this question. I think there's no fixed number for a mother to feed the
Give
baby.
us estimate of that exclusive breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding, maybe 12 times
a day.
A day. But mostly when the child cries, you mean that the child is hungry. You just breastfeed because it is ready at any time when it's at good temperature. The child feeds, and that is where the child gets even love from the mother. It's always with the mother, how the mother holds the baby to the breast and the warmth of the mother. The mother expressed love to the child, and the child also feels the presence of the mother to himself, especially when the mother is holding the baby, looking the eye contacts. That is where the babies, they know their mother better than any other person they come. They know their mother, yes.
Now, a quick one again. At the moment in the country, mothers are going through a lot, others are working, and others don't have even enough food content in their body. How can they now balance exclusive breastfeeding with work and at the same time side hustle?
Yes, that is a good question. The mother, if it is a working mother, either if she has got enough milk from the breast, she can express the milk in a bottle. Yeah, if this is for a working mother, if she doesn't have any caretaker where he's working, she express, if she's exclusively breastfeeding, she can express the milk in the bottle and then keep it in the refrigerator in a safe place where it is clean, and then she goes to work. With the baby caretaker, when the child cries, she needs food to be fed, they will take that bottle from the refrigerator and put in a warm water. It gets at the right temperature warm. Then the baby takes till the mother comes back from work and feeds the baby again from her own breast.
Before I invite Kamisa once again, now what support do nurses and midwives give to mothers after giving birth in regards to just what you have said?
Yeah, as soon as the baby is born, at the birth like this, the nurse or midwife takes the baby and put at the mother's chest. The child put the teeth of the breast to the mouth of the baby at once. This is the baby start. The first milk, which is colostrum, it's yellow in color. So heavy, yes. And that is very nutritious. It collects all sorts of nutrients in that milk. The first 3 days, I think. Then after that, the milk will turn into mature milk, which comes white.
All right.
And that is it.
All right. Kamisa, what is the Ministry of Health doing to support mothers to also exclusively breastfeed their babies?
Yeah, now I think this is also the opportunity to mothers who are outside to get the best information on how they can exclusively breastfeed their children. We know all of us mothers, we are not working in the offices. Some work in the field, some in the market, some in any places. The best option, you be with your child at any time, because there is no timetable to breastfeed your child. The child will breastfeed in demand. If he feel like breastfeeding, you breastfeed the child. The second one is exclusive, express the breast milk. As she mentioned very clearly, you will express the breast milk, put in the cup, in a table. It will be there for 6 hours in the table without using the refrigerator. For 6 hours in the table, in the room temperature, the milk will be okay for 6 hours.
With our temperature, will it be healthy again?
Yeah, room temperature will be okay. Yeah, for 6 hours, that milk will be suitable for child. And now, in some other country, there is a milk bank, but still we are behind that one. What we can not advocate for as a ministry, we need to have a place for the mother in the working place to breastfeed their children. If the expression of the milk is a problem, we are promoting the breastfeeding corner in different offices. The mother will be there with the child. If the child feel like breastfeed, the mother will breastfeed the child normal until the working hour is done. Yeah, and then now there is a very good example for some mothers. They are traveling for 2 weeks. They will express their milk and then put it into refrigerator, and then will be warm, not putting in the fire, but in a warm water, and until the milk is in a very good temperature, like 20 degree, 25 degree, still the child can take it. For 2 weeks, still the mother can express enough milk for the child.
Kamisa, there are some other mothers who have this tendency that we are living in a modern .com generation, and they don't want babies to really suck their breast for so long because they have a lot to do. What kind of advice is the ministry giving to them?
Yeah, as a ministry, is still what I'm saying, exclusive breastfeeding is a way to go. Breastfeeding is the best option. Yeah, our intention is to promote the mother, to talk to the mother, to encourage the mother to breastfeed their children exclusively. What we need also to help the mother is to give the best information to the mother on how to breastfeed their children in any situation. Yeah. And we are encouraging, we are advocating. We have a statement from the Ministry of Health to avoid giving the breast milk substitute to the children. Although we know the process is still, some people they are using, as you say, the .com mothers, they don't want to breastfeed their children. But they will bear the consequence. The child will be sick frequently, you will be in the hospital, need treatment, you are present, you will lose your job if your child is not healthy. You need to be to the child. So we are encouraging them, please, exclusive breastfeeding is the option. Please, you breastfeed your child exclusively for 6 months, and then after 6 months, start with a good complementary food. You add a food which is suitable according to the age of the child until 2 years, and continue breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is still important up to 2 years.
All right. Let me now invite one of the key partner of Ministry of Health. Thank you so much for joining us, though later you kept your promise. Welcome on board now, Kamisa. Before I invite Angelina, we had the ministry stop advertising of that baby formula. Why was this decision taken?
Yeah, because if you see the mortality rate of the children under 6, it's really very high. And there is no other way to reduce that number of mortality rate among the children. We realize this is due to this BMS. If you go to our private delivering whatever facility, they are promoting these things to the mothers. And they show the picture, You say this picture, if your child take this milk, it will be real healthy like this. But this is not the issue. The issue is economic crisis. If we look to this milk, it's very, very expensive. Not all of us can afford. If we see our situation now, 10 months, 10 months no salary. If you need to breastfeed your child with that expensive milk, where do you get them? And then at the same time, that milk is a chemical. It's not a real milk. But for the purpose of economic advertisement, they will tell a lot. Vitamin, whatsoever.
Some commercial languages.
So commercial languages. But if you see your breast milk, it's natural. Nothing is additional there. So this milk will go direct to your child, and your child will be healthy because this milk is going to the stomach according to the size, the type the child bodies need. And then also we reduce the economic whatever in the family. Even sometimes a lot of these things of using this milk will cause another issue of the environment.
All right.
So that is really very important, and then your child will be very intelligent. If you look to our context, those who are really grow in in rural and those who are in city using this commercial milk, you will see the intelligence of these children, the different. Those who are from rural area, they exclusive breastfeed their children. Their children are very strong and very respectful and very intelligent. Why don't we use that easy approach to develop our nation?
All right. Now, moving forward, I would like also to I would like us to move together with our mothers who are not really good at English or listening to that English language. Some of you can use the opportunity to talk to them in local languages, preferably that's Arabic. Now, Angelina Newball from World Vision, thank you once again for joining us. How is World Vision helping mothers and babies in their community as one of the key partner of that Ministry of Health? Good to have you.
Thank you so much. As you mentioned, my name is Angelina Newball. I'm working for World Vision South Sudan as nutrition coordinator. World Vision is working in partnership with UNICEF and WFP, and then under the umbrella of Government of South Sudan, National Ministry of Health and State Ministry of Health. We are working in collaboration of saving the life of children by educating mothers to exclusively breastfeed their children and also continue breastfeeding their children for 2 years and above if they could make it after 3 years. But the recommended age is after 2 years. World Vision is working with health facilities within Juba County, whereby mothers to mothers support group are formed so that they are moved from house to house to educate mothers on the importance of breast milk, and then mothers to continue breastfeeding instead of using commercial breast milk. So that's what World Vision is doing now.
To all of you in the building, in a stretch, okay, according to Nibol, that ideally exclusive breastfeeding should take like 2 years or even above. Now, let's assume before that year, the mother also conceive. What's the alternative way for this particular child? Let me invite Abua Victoria, then the rest will come on board.
Thank you for the question. I think during this period when the child is breastfeeding, after 2 years or so, when the mother gets pregnant, I think she can still continue with the breastfeeding. It doesn't have any effect on the baby, even till the mother, deliveries.
Seriously?
Seriously. The mother, can continue because now complementary food is introduced. Then she can start weaning this baby slowly by slowly, but still she can continue feeding till she wants the child from the breast. It doesn't have any harm even if the mother is pregnant.
How about those who have the belief that if you allow, like what you have just said, to happen, then at the end of the day we will have a dull child in the society? What is it? Let me, yes.
Can me come? Yeah, thank you very much. I think this is really disturbing our mother. يعني ده مشكلة كبيرة في مجتمع حقنا.
نعم.
يعني كان حامل وجنا لسه صغير يقول فاطمة طوالي. لكن ده ما حاجة كويس. حاجة كويس إنه كان حامل وعنده جنا قاعد يردي جنا وياكل كويس. in Nigeria, we have the need of the mother, the pregnant mother, and then lactating mother. You lactating mother, you're supposed to have extra 2 meals. If the family is getting 3 meals per day, you need to have 5. But now this case is very special. This mother is serving 3 people at the same time. He need to eat for the pregnancy and then for lactation. And lactating the child, the lactating mother can be pregnant and then breastfeed the child. There is no harm on that. The child will be healthy, no problem. I have the same example. I have experience. I get pregnant when I have a child of 4 months. Yeah, when the child breastfeed until the day I'm going to deliver. When I deliver, he saw the baby. He said, "No, mommy, I leave it for the baby." Ana si bule bende kala sere.
Jana sukara.
Jana sukara. Wale sasaker sena unuskano. Ay, wo si bule ben barao. Yeah. Lakin fi haja naga namul haba I start to win. Like ana fi shogol marada na bejirne jina raddi ushinuda ana gane galil.
يلا
عشان هو يتعود وما في حاجة هسه بناتي ما شاء الله كبار وخارجين
كمسا سيدة ما فدية جينا في تان في بطن وفي تان قاعد برادة قريب قاعد بولده
ما مشكلة ما عنده أي مشكلة لأن أي حاجة بيحصل في حياة الزول إرادة ربنا because it is not shame to get pregnant. Yeah, it's not a shame. Again, it is happened by accident, what we say, because you did not plan for that. Angelina, because we have the nature. Some mother will, when you are breastfeed, there is no period. And then some mother, they will have a period and then they will manage. Those who doesn't have a period, sometimes they get pregnant. Those who have period, they can manage. Yeah, you know, I think this will happen outside your will. But you cannot punish the child because you are pregnant.
All right. Yeah. Angelina, I've seen you raising up your hands and welcome on board.
Thank you so much. I just want to add on this concern. Like, okay, we said occlusive breastfeeding is from 0 to 6 months, occlusively. If mother managed to breastfeed the children, her child for 6 months, exclusively without break, the chances of her getting pregnant will be limited.
Why?
Yes, because there are hormones. There are some hormones that when you are breastfeeding, they will not be active. They will be inactive, and that one will not allow the mother to get pregnant. All right? But now, in case maybe before 6 months, it happened that the mother conceived. There's no aim. We encourage the mother to continue breastfeeding this child and also have a good nutrition, eating well, so that 3 of them can have nutritious food. The nutrient is enough for them, for the mother, for the infant, and the fetus also. There are 3 children. Until the day when it's approaching the delivery point. Now, we advise, the health people advise now to maybe stop slowly, and then now the other one will come in. So there's no aim and there's no apex. Yes.
Second question before I invite Abua. Earlier on, Kamisa talked about a success story. Now, from World Vision, can you share with us any success story from your program of that exclusive breastfeeding as one of the key partner helping that Ministry of Health?
Thank you so much. We have so many success stories since we started working here in Central Equatorial State. World Vision work in 5 states in South Sudan, but particularly in Central Equatorial State, we work in Juba here and in Juba County. And during this, since 2016 after now, so many mothers were given help by educating them, and most of them breastfed their children exclusively, and there was no malnutrition. You know what I mean? So many children are referred to the hospital because of malnutrition, and this is due to no breastfeeding. They have not well breastfed, and so during the session counseling and all those, they were able to now adapt the approach and continue breastfeeding their children. And most of the mothers came with their testimonies. Now, since I received this counseling, I managed to breastfeed this child of mine, and the second child of mine was not malnourished again, because I exclusively breastfeed him or her from 0 to 6 months, and I continue giving him or her a complementary feeding from 6 to 24 months. So there are a lot of success stories that were documented and shared with the ministry.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, to add another concerning the mother will get mمكن يكون حامل ولسه في جنة وبكون حامل وفي جنة صغير. سبب شنو؟ لأن exclusive breastfeeding ما في محله. الرضاعة الطبيعية المكثف ما في محله. لأن في زماننا كان إجازة الرضاعة 60 يوم. After delivery, you stay for 2 months and you resume the work. And then the technology of expressing the milk, whatever, is not there. Yeah. And العالم في تطور. لحد الناس وصلوا إنه ممكن تصفي لبن وإنت في غيابك الأم ولا أبو ممكن يقدر يدي للجنة. زمان كان ما في. exclusive breastfeeding ده لو مرة قاعد يردي كل ساعة وبيردي الجنة ما في حمل ما بيجي في خلال 6 شهور. حمل ممكن يجي بعد 6 شهور زمان تلقى تدي لجنة ده أكل من برا ممكن حمل يجي. فحاجة الحاسة هنا ممكن كمينستر اوف هيلث هنا بقي نتكلم فوقه إنه فرصة لأم القاعد يردي يوديه عشان يردي الجنة ده الرضاعة الطبيعية المكثف exclusive breastfeeding عشان حمل ما يجي وذاته أمه يحاول إنه يفكر يدي لبن من برا.
هو دي فرصة ده بقى بكون مسؤولية منو بالضبط؟
في دول ممكن يدي ينادي 6 شهور إجازة لمرة أو يكون في محل يعني breastfeeding corner في محل شغل يكون في that is the cheapest one يكون في الأم ده يجي مجناه في محل شغل مع إب.
Okay, Michael, via our Facebook page, is saying, talking about exclusive breastfeeding. What if the mother has some medical condition? What would be the alternative? Should she still practice that exclusive breastfeeding, or what's your take, Victoria Bua?
Yes, thank you. When the mother has medical conditions, I think there's another alternative. Now the mother can swing to the formula or these chemical weapons, milk, bottle feed, because this is a specific condition where the mother can leave breastfeeding and feed on the bottle, provide that the mother has got all the necessary equipment, supplies, keeping everything clean, and bottle, to change the bottle. She has got that capacity, affordable capacity to buy that milk. Use is not, and then this child will go to malnutrition. Because some mothers buy milk is expensive. Instead of that formula, which is to give exact number, maybe they give 4 milk to mix this milk, which is very nutritious. She may have these ones, so that the one tin can extend maybe for 1 month or 2 weeks. That is usually this type of parents, the children that they want, the mother doesn't follow these rules properly, the child will go to malnutrition.
All right. Yes. Welcome.
Yeah, I think she gave a correct answer, but the answer which is need clarification is there is no disease can prevent the mother from breastfeeding, only the Ebola. Because ilim gal zida, yani cholera, amaliya, al-umde biraddi. Wale cancer. Yeah, ile cancer ده لو بيجي في الصدر ممكن الناس بيشوف طريقة الأحسن المرضي البديل إنه بنقول له وات ناس يعني تاني ممكن يرد الجنة ده. لو بيجي ما في إحنا لما نتكلم عن BMS, this is the last option, and we are not talking about it. We don't need to happen even in our community. Yeah, because neither we know the danger of that milk. Although we are using, and then our children, we look at them like they are healthy. They are not healthy. If the mother deliver cesarean, still she can breastfeed. If the mother is sick, still she can not breastfeed. Even if she's unconscious, somebody can press that milk. If really the child is in need of that small milk. Yeah, but giving the option of BMS, I think this is the last option, and then we are not encouraging, we are not talking about it. كل أمهات هناك تسمع كويس ما في مرض بيمنع من الرضاعة الطبيعية إلا في حالات حق إيبولا، والله يحمينا إنه ما يجينا في بلدنا. أي مرض حتى كان HIV اللي عنده HIV برد جناو لمدة سنة ما بكون فوقه مشكلة، لأنه بيشيلوا الدواء. الدواء ده بينقص من هنا ده من مفعول هنا ده. لو ولدت ومات هنا بنشوف زول حتى حبوبة زي أنا زي ده بردي كان قطو في الجنة في الصدر، وأنا ما قانيل دي لمدة أنا بيجا حبوبة ممكن 60-70 سنة قطو الجنة دي يرد في 3 يوم لبن بيجي.
Okay. شكرا. Okay. شكرا. Nyibol as a person and as a individual who is also working at a World Health Organization, what are some of the biggest challenges you see mothers face when it comes to that issues of breastfeeding? Because you're working together with the Ministry of Health.
Thank you so much. I'm working with World Vision South Sudan, World Vision International. Okay, one of them is that most of the mothers complain that they don't have enough breast milk, of which no mother is not having enough breast milk. We encourage them to go to the health facility for support, counseling, and then they will be shown a appropriate way to breastfeed their children. Another one, they have a common sign of difficulties in breastfeeding, which need medical person to also attend to, and then that will be what counsel. There's not too much in breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is something that enjoyable between the mother and also the child. When they interact together, they will enjoy it because the child is getting the milk. This is naturally given by the God. And then to add on what Mama Khamisa said, yes, there's no sickness that or disease that can prevent mother from breastfeeding, with the exception of Ebola. And then other diseases, you can be put on a counseling, because now at the facility when you are going to deliver, and that's why we encourage mothers not to deliver at home. They should go to the facilities, and then they will deliver under the supervision of medical personnel, whereby all the conditions, the medical conditions are observed. And then they will be now put on regular monitoring based on their status. If the mother is having specific medical complications, now you are advised what to do and how to do it. Okay. And that will move. And if mother fast on, maybe on the first day of delivery, the option is to give to the mother, if there is a grandmother, to breastfeed that child, not formula milk.
All right. Dear listener, I would love to invite you on board to ask some of you a good question, but since we start, this conversation a little bit late, time is not also again our best ally, but I would like to give each opportunity now to summarize the key takeaway points from our discussion as we are coming to the end of this very discussion right here. Let me start with that Victoria Bua. Welcome. What's your message?
The message, community or mothers should be encouraged to breastfeed their babies from day 1 up to 6 months, exclusively breastfeeding. After 6 months, then they can introduce supplementary feeding, very nutritious food to avoid this one, infection and other things like cancer, like diarrhea and all these things. Breast milk is very nutritious for the baby. It It is the choice, and that is where you come their love with your baby. The baby knows you very well when you're holding your baby, and that is how you express your love to your child. They should continue breastfeeding. There's no harm in breastfeeding.
All right, let's now take a quick commercial break, and we will come back and to see what alternative option we really have after this.
Is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with a new vaccine introduction of pneumonia vaccine, targeting all children aged between 6 to 14 weeks. Take your child to the nearest vaccination center during the African Vaccination Week or Big Catch-up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Alice.
Good morning, Mama Ladu. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Ladu for pneumonia vaccination at the health center to protect my child against pneumonia and meningitis. He was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Alice already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes, she needs to be vaccinated with at least 3 doses at 6, 10 and 14 weeks to be fully vaccinated, immunized and protected against pneumonia.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be a vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, pneumonia vaccine is effective in preventing pneumonia and deaths in infants and young children. This vaccine has just been introduced this year, 2025. A lot of children were not vaccinated. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get pneumonia.
I didn't know that pneumonia is very serious, that it can cause meningitis and even death.
Yes. Pneumonia is a life-threatening disease caused by bacteria or viruses. The signs are cough, fever, chills, and shortness of breath, which may be accompanied by chest pain when breathing or coughing. Children who survive may experience long-term effects on lung function and increased risk of respiratory conditions like asthma.
Asthma or lung function complication? Oh, that sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with pneumonia vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for this vaccine? Hope it is not late.
No, you are not late. Pneumonia vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all government health centers in your areas. Tell your neighbors with children between 6 to 14 weeks to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest health center for pneumonia vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest health center and protect them from pneumonia and other vaccine-preventable diseases. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO, UNICEF, and South Sudan Women in Medicine.
This is iRadio.
The iRadio.
Your eye on South Sudan.
Hello, I am Madrama James. It's 5 o'clock time for iRadio News Headline. A look at what's coming up at 7 o'clock in the news bulletin. President Salva Kiir announced the resumption of oil production signals a promising path towards economic stability in South Sudan as he reopened the national parliament earlier today. Authorities in Reng County have announced a full tax exemption on all agricultural inputs, including tools, seeds, pesticides, and fuel. And U.S. Republican Senate have said they will spare the U.S.-backed HIV/AIDS program PEPFAR from cuts amidst a larger effort to reduce government spending. Tune in for these stories and more coming to you in our 7 o'clock bulletin. And now here's my colleague with Arabic News Headline. I am Madrama James. Thanks for listening.
أهلا ومرحبا بكم. ده زمن عناوين الأخبار من آي راديو. تفاصيل يجيكم في النشر المفصل في الساعة 7:30. أعلن رئيس الفاكر عن استئناف إنتاج النفط ببشر بمسار واعد نحو الاستقرار الاقتصادي في جنوب السودان، وذلك خلال إعادة افتتاح البرلمان في وقت سابق الليلة. أعلنت السلطات في مقاطعة الرنج عن إيفاء ضريبي كامل على جميع المدخلات الزراعية بما في ذلك الأدوات والبذور والمبيدات الحشرية والوقود. وأكد الجمهوريون في مجلس الشيوخ الأمريكي أنهم سيعفون برنامج بيفار لمكافحة فيروس نقص المناعة البشرية الإيدز المدعوم من الولايات المتحدة من التخفيضات في ظل جهود أكبر خفض للإنفاق الحكومي. خليك في آي راديو لكثير من الأخبار والمعلومات اللي يجيك في النشر المفصل بتاع الساعة 7:30. كنت معكم الشيخ شولجين. شكرا للاستماع.
Warm welcome back from the news headlines, and we are already into the second hour of the Sundown show program with me, Madrama James, and we are still talking about that breastfeeding right here. It's high time for me to tell you that my guests are still with me, and we are going to give for you some couple of minutes to question them by calling. That's our studio line on 0911 22 986 986. And for those who would like, of course, to share with us the question via SMS, the number is 0913 986 986. I read you. Aywa.
Madrama.
Aywa.
Yes, I'm
having
I'm automatic from the West. I'm just want to add more on the comments of the doctors. What I know about breastfeeding or breast milk. Breast milk is really breast milk is let us say it is fresh all the time.
Oh. Sorry, you can get back to us once again on 0911022986 from the start of your speech, you are in support of that exclusive breastfeeding, but I don't know what happened. Hi, radio. Mr. Hanur.
أنا برونيكا من الشركات.
مرحبا.
يلا أنا عندي بس سؤال بسيط كده. أنا كاتب نسأل بودي في الاستديو ده.
قدم.
أنا ولدت هسه أنا عندي أسبوعين، لكن كل ما نرضع جينا ده بطنه قاعد يكركب شديد، بطنه يعني بكون عنده كركبة شديد. يعني هسه أنا ما فاهم ده شنو قاعد يعمل جينا ده زي ده.
وتشيلوا جينا ده في المستشفى؟
أنا ما أشيله، ما عنده أي مشكلة، بس إلا بطنه بس. كل ما نبي شطر زي ده وبطنه ده ببدأ بيكركب طوالي.
نعم. خلاص بودي فرصة للضيوف ده في داخل الاستوديو عشان جوابوا السؤال بتاعك. هاي راديو. نعم، أرجع تاني في 09 1 2 2 9 8 6 9 8 sita hal tabgol betaba shino wala swal bitabu khon shino le diu bitai fi dakhli studio. Hi radio.
Hi radio, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. Call.
Where are you calling from?
University of Juba, yeah. From University of Juba, Juba.
Okay, University of Juba. Welcome.
Yeah, my brother, I have a question and I also need help from our guest.
Go ahead, Ngor.
Yeah, I was even waiting for this topic when you people brought it up. My wife at gave birth is now 2 months. And at the same time, she's a student. Sitting for senior 4. Up to now, I didn't get a solution. What I can do for this? Because I have taken this one personally that my child can take 3 months. But for this condition now, what can I do for that?
That's a very good question. Stay tuned. I radio.
Madrama James.
Ayuwa.
Joseph Kwanyi mid Lobanok Center.
Kef Medina at Lobanok.
The Medina Quest Motorabes.
Agana baru te gilbeja.
De Barakaham.
Sual wala talik.
Ana berahi buji pitana lela monja mulet jasara lena jata yal soka masarangalanta presidi.
Naam.
Saja muhim shi. Anna saran je moninda jiru banna tawanin. Tabidigo yani mara bole de jena lakin umato malori bole de jena malori community jato bezair manoris jato country kulu gun manori. So another sado nasitana al fisiri ginno. Services bakir pijua Medina ta Juba de olobora rural areas masalan de mahalat seken Lobanok mahalat sikel Nasliria mahalat al muhim al outside Juba town al outside Juba de ajade services bosuru wole be specific base for ajade Juba town in Juba shukran.
Wazara Saha wa World Vision bijawabu swali bitake da kuna Joseph min Lobanok. Hi radio. نعم قدمت هال باكر في جوبا ولا بيمشي بر كمان في مقاطعات المختلف في سنترال إكواتوريا. شكرا، ده سؤال جميل. وكمان قالوا مهاد ويال والأطفال بظاهر مال نورش مشكلة وين؟ راديو.
Hi radio.
أيوة community advisor from Medina Bor.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Let me welcome the guest in the studio and the presenter of today. My question is very simple. 2010 backward, our women, they were breastfeeding their kids seriously and they were okay. From 2012 up to today, there is no single mother who can certify a kid for milking. And although a woman can breastfeeding more than 30 minutes, there is no milk come out from. And it let a person go and look for and one. What is the cause of taking milk from our women from now, from 2013 back or from 2006 up to today? It is a problem. But by then, they were certified their kids. What cause? Is it medicine we receive or the food we usually eat? So I want to know from the doctors, and I want to know from our guest in the studio today, what caused that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was community advisor from Mading Bor. He observed that from 2013, most of our mothers lack that enough breast milk. What caused it? I read you. Ayuwa.
I'm back again. Good scholarship.
Malish wala ilo fama gikan biwa na bo rasulek receipt zato.
Breastfeeding de muhimu sana. Ana bes gizit fi rasta ta dictor de. Breast milk do muhimu kali. Lanu breast milk de fresh. urbi was that free of charge, free from infection, breast milk day. Breast milk day that Robina designed the Leal, as an Yalta Robina Verada min Mahatumun. When do temperature Abu Tamam, Abu right temperature yard. Oh, breast milk day can be the Gerada Umato. Yani it creates a hope, very love between the two. Yana can breast milk day, the mother. Why it is important, the mother? Why it is best for the mother? Because it is who is out free of charge. And from clean factory.
And ka rajel wa kaman ka buita gad ba mulishunasha na wadi fursa barru le nisa.
Yes, and then concluding breast milk day, born into antibodies, or we fight disease, and virus or whatever it is, but not a genus, and not bombs we can. Conclusion time, bigger it is war is stupidity to the European. The European is stupidity to produce pale milk, which is a baby killer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nam Rojal Barro kamani ndudor. Wa kamanta bagder warina bedab dor bitaka shuno taban fursa da bes mai wadi wala sulta da mai wadi bes le nisa baram lahadina ander wadi fursa le mukhalama yala badaka tuwali na biodi fursa de le diu bitai fi dakil studio shan kefi jwa basla bitako na altumasal fi zaman bitasa 09 wide wala 2 986 halmo akir mukhalama radio.
Radio Madrama.
Yes, Salul.
How are you?
I'm okay. How is Madingbor?
It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
Good to have you.
Thank you. My greeting to you and your guests in the studio.
Thank you very much.
I have two questions to your guests in the studio.
One is?
About the breastfeeding. Is it not the topic?
Yes, it is.
Yes. I just want to know how vital breastfeeding is and what can happen to the infant who has not been breastfed. And the second question is, what about the infant who has not been breastfed? What can be an alternative, because there are some health conditions that can happen to the mother and which can result in the something like meningitis. It can affect the breast and therefore the mother cannot produce breast milk. What should be an
alternative? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for asking that good question. Lul should be my last caller now. Over to that, Kamisa. Let's first start with the first question coming in from Victoria. Bedapta Bugulchino.
Shukran shadid Victoria. I think shekwa ataka fi mahalo. إذا سميته كويس إنه هي ولدت وعنده شهرين كل ما جينا يرضع بيعمل كركبة في بطن. هاي إذا أحسن ودي جانا ده في مستشفى عشان دكتور يشوف بطنه فوق شنو بكون في مشكلة. لأنا ما في اللبن بقدر أعمل أي كركبة لجنا بعد ورده. لأنا إذا إنها شفنا النيتشر أو طبيعة بتاع اللبن مناسب لعمر ولحجم تجنا، عشان كده ما في حاجة بكون هنايدة. إلا كان في طريقة مثلا مسكة تجنا ما قاعد يمسك الصدر كويس بيدخل معه هوا برضو يتمشي للدكتور. طريقة التقى تردي بوده خلي الدكتور يشوفه عشان يديك إرشادات الكويسة اللي بنفع معك. لأن الجنا كمان كان قاعد يرضى بجور هوا معه بيعمل مشكلة، معناته في مشكلة. إذا قال ما في مشكلة برضا لكن أمشي للدكتور وأشرح نفسك فوقه. هاي كويشن تاكي كويس، ألف مبروك. وما تدي مويه للجنة ده، ما تدي أي حاجة لأنه لسه أسبوعين، واهتم به بطريقة كويس. بكرة يتودي في أقرب مركز اللي تفوق في شركات هناك. ولو إن مشينا ل أكون عنده مرته من جمجوبة عنده مرة ولدت عينور مرته ولدت عنده شهرين ومرة دي قاعد يمشي في مدرسة. قبلنا شرحنا كويس إنه الأم الشغال في مدرسة واللي قاعد يعمل شنو ممكن يصفي لبن صباح يقوم يحط في كوباية مثلا 2 كوباية يوضح للناس قدر ده خليه يرد بعد زمن كده قدر ده خليه يرد من زمن كده من صدر بتاعه ذاته ما يشيله لبن من برا يجهز للجنة وما يدي للجنة ده لبن من برا إلا لبن صدره ده ويصفي
لبن صدر ربع ده بيصفي كيف يعني ده جزء من حاجات
هو بيصفي كيف ممكن يصفي بيدين عادي ممكن ينادى يغسل يدينه نظيف ويجيبوا ينادى كوباية يقوم يصفي ما يمسك في حلمة لكن يمسك في بفوق يصفي لبن ده بفوق بيطلع لبن ده أو في جهاز في مستشفى ينادي في زخانات انت ممكن تجيبه وجهاز ده بوضحه لك كيف بيطلع لبن وبيصفي لبن بدون صعوبة. لكن برضو عشان كيف انت بتصفي امشي في مركز ينادي يقول لمرة دي يمشي في مركز صحي الأقرب من ينادي يسأل الداعيات الموجودين أو نستغذية يوريك كيف زول بقدر بيصفي لبن للجنة في حال أنا في مدرسة ولا أنا في شغل. دي طريقة ولا لازم مدير يعرفهم.
نعم راهب فيكتوريا قال هل خدمات ديل باكر في جوبا ولا في كوت تبرع عشان كيف وده نفسه كمان بيمشي لجلينا. مرحبا.
يعني شكرا. خدمات دي ما بيبس بآخر في جوبا يعني بيمشي لحد برا في مركز صحية في برا في ستيت في وين هناك برضو في دايات في ناس شغالين هناك بيمشي في أقرب مركز خدمات دي أو بيلقوا في مركز هناك ما بيأكل هنا أو ناس من جوبا يعني ذاته بيمشي في مراكز هناك بيوديهم سداد للناس في الستيت.
How is World Vision supporting those local facilities?
Thank you so much. World Vision is also working across the facilities within Central Equatorial State, including Lobonok, and most of the mothers are also being supported there. And we have volunteers and Buma health workers. These are within the facilities that goes and do the counseling within the community. So whoever is facing challenges within Lobonok may need to go to where the facility is, that is Tumbo or Pegir, and then they will be able to get services within the facility.
Victoria وكمان خميسة community advisor بقول بالذات بعد من 2013 استادي هاجو بقول نساء كتير ما عنده لبن مشكلة وين؟
اوكي نبدأ داية بنادي بزيدو هاي فعلا في مشكلة في المجتمع بتاعنا. مشكلة بتاعنا لأن أمهات شايلين هموم. تعرفوا كان شايل هم بقلل من لبن أمهاتنا شايلين هموم كتير. الوضع اقتصادية صعب عليهم ناس دايرين يجروا دايرين يعمل. لو إنا شفنا المرة الولدة ده عنده لبن كفاية لكن لبن كفاية ده جنا بيستفيد منه كيف إلى ده يكون قاعد مع جنا وجنا يرضى ورا بعض زي ما كان زي شركة لما ينتج ملابس ولا أكل وأكل اللي بيشتروا طوالي شركة بيشتغل طوالي عشان شنو ينتج. يعني نفس حاجة ده زي لبن الأم ده لو ما قاعدين يرضوا طوالي إنتاج بيكون قليل لأن هرمون بيقول لبن اللي تشغال فوقه ده ما في زول محتاج له. لكن لو جينا بيرضى طوالي أو قاعدين يصفوا إنتاج ده بيكون عالي شديد. وحاجة نمرة 2 مجتمعاتنا ما قاعدين يشجع أمهات لأن بيكون تعبان كان تعبان مرهق كمان دي مشكلة.
مجتمع بيشجع أمهات كيف؟
مجتمع بيشجع أمهات كده إنا ندي فرصة يقعد مع جناو لفترة كافي كان في شغل في بيت أي زول تاني ممكن يشتغل lana jena gadi kore bejay ita darte tala akil dartam shiti jibo akil hina leben magadin shinu magadin yamtaso عشان يجي so كان احنا كلنا فرصة القاعد يردي ده يقعد مجناه وناس تانيين يشتغلوا عشان ده يكون عنده حالة نفسية كويس بالذات يعني رجال اللي عندهم نسوان كتار دين مرة الولد ده اقعد معه عشان انت بيشجع معنويا ويكون فرحان ويقدر ينتج لبن كويس وناس .com حقنا الحاسة طبعا عندنا في ميزة هنا لما نتكلم انه ناس ما يشتري لبن من برا يقول ده تعليم حقكم تنيتريشن ده خلوا لبعضكم ده لناس مساكين لكن ما لناس مساكين ده لناس متعلمين وناس المساكين عشان كلنا نكون غنيانين نقلل من ناحية اقتصادية بتاعنا عشان كده إنا لازم نشجع ده يرضى كيف ويكون مجناه يكون فرحان لأن ما في حاجة بكلل بين بكون ما في إلا النفسيات بتاع كان ما كويس هنا نفكر نفسيات كان ما كويس فعلا ده ما بينتج لبن مهما كان شنو إلا درلو علاج نفسي يدرلو علاج نفسي عشان يرجع لنفسه يكون مرتاح ويقدر ينتج لبن
نعم.
دي هو سبب لأن إذا إحنا ضربنا من 2013 لحد هسه أو ده كعب أكل في بيت ما في منو بيجري يشوفه يا بيجري تلقى أمها شغالين في السوق في الغابة في وين عشان يجيب أكل في بيت ومن واي وحامل وولدت ودار يرد الجنة إذا ما حسنا ودا داك ده I think أمهات بيشتكوا كتير إنه لبن ما في
All right. Yeah, let me invite Angelina. Earlier on, Joseph talked of issues related to malnutrition. And if you take the current context of South Sudan, 2.3 million children are facing that malnutrition. And what is World Vision doing? Because friends of South Sudan, including friends of World Vision, they are injecting millions of dollars to make sure that this situation is recovered. But it seems like the number of that malnutrition cases in South Sudan, it's not reducing. Where is that money going?
Thank you so much for the questions and also for Joseph for raising that very important question. People are working together, the stakeholders, the international NGOs, the national NGOs, and the government are working together to see that the malnutrition rate is calm, is reduced. Because if you see in the standard that you have said 2.5 million.
2.3.
2.3 years, 2.3 million. If those children, there's no intervention done to cut the cycle of malnutrition, the potential growth will not be achieved by these children. And we are saying when the child is malnourished, there's a lot of consequences that this child will face, including the development of the brain, and they will not perform in the school and other things. So World Vision is working, doing the preventive part of malnutrition. How to prevent it from the community, not to cause malnutrition with the mothers, and also the treatment part of it. The treatment part, those children are referred to the facility where they are given therapeutic foods, they are given supplies so that they are rehabilitated from the malnutrition status. But that is not enough. This is the option. Okay, these children are already malnourished, so bring and we do the intervention. But the main focus is the prevention part of it. This money are being given to the facilities, personnel, on the supplies, and every year supplies are being given. But there's no improvement. What can we do? We address the immediate, underlying cause of malnutrition. The underlying cause of malnutrition when there's no food in the household, and then the mother has to maybe raise food by cultivating a small garden whereby they can be able to get food for themselves and then also for the family. That will be the main focus to prevent it. Plus other underlying cause of malnutrition, like no health services. Some others don't go to seek for health services. They are counseled so that they are able to go to the facility, and then they are able to also get services for preventing causes of malnutrition.
Victoria, what is the Ministry of Health doing to also make sure that children averted from the current situation, those who are not getting enough food content? Let's talk of also exclusive breastfeeding in the wider society.
Okay, thank you for that question. I think there's a lot to be said on that one. There are so many cases, children who are malnourished. I think the present current situation of our country, people are not even getting salary up to now. Almost 1 year people are not getting salary, and people don't eat enough food. And there's nowhere that people get food if there's no money. Children feed once, maybe in a day, which is not supposed to be, the case. At least children should eat 3 meals, nutritious meal, but the food which people eat are junk food, which is causing even all this malnutrition. I have not seen anything that the government is now able to do because of the current situations. There should be like a school feeding where children can get food. It used to be those days, but nowadays I think there's no children feeding the schools. Children, those parents who can afford food, they carry their food and they go with it to the school. Otherwise, there's nowhere people can get food, enough food.
All right. We are almost now coming to the end. Yes, let me add to this and then you can come in. Christina Ba via our Facebook page is saying, we heard for sure the ministry have stopped the advertising of that baby formula. But in real terms, in practical terms, what is the ministry doing to minimize sales and use of formula milk? Then you can now add on what.
What I want to add to what she's saying, I think malnutrition is not a Ministry of Health issue alone, because for the Ministry of Health they have mandate to treat malnutrition, to give information about the malnutrition. But if the food is not there, it is a concern of Ministry of Agriculture to provide food. If the water is a problem, I think we cannot improve malnutrition. If economic is not improved, I think this is also the under cause of malnutrition. Although the partners and the government, they are doing a lot, but it's still like إحنا شغالين في قربة مقدودة. إيال بيجي نعالجه برجع في نفس السيتويشن الوسكان تاني بكون عيان بيجي what do you call this BMS now is plenty of them in the market in our private hospital. This is the role of those who are working in the facility to understand. The doctor, they need to give the advice about this danger of this BMS in our children. Because the child will be healthy, you can see, but inside of that child is a lot of chemical taken by this BMS. So we need a lot. Although we have a strategy of maternal, infant, and young child, a strategy and then guideline. It's across the country. People are working on it. We have also the treatment guideline for malnutrition. It is there. And also, we need the government to support the Ministry of Health to prevent this breastfeeding milk substitute.
In what ways?
Yeah, because there is an international court. We need to adopt that court to prevent donation and then bringing this baby breastfeeding milk substitute in the country. Meanwhile, we are doing the advocacy. It's one of what we are talking. We are promoting the breastfeeding. And then we need also to discourage this baby milk, which is really not neither enough. People are neither launching it, advertising it across the way. And we have a statement from the Minister of Health. Please don't advocate, don't promote, don't educate the mother about this breast milk substitute. But we are on the way to have the court, to prevent that in the country. But meanwhile, those who are in the market, because we don't have court, we cannot talk about it.
All right.
But what we can do to prevent advertising them, launching them through the radio, we distribute a letter, the statement across the country to prevent advertising these things in the market to the mothers, the ignorant mothers. Yeah. I answer what she mentioned.
Yeah, the formula.
Yeah.
Over to you. What advice can you give to mothers who are unable, to breastfeed their children in situation they cannot even explain? What kind of advice would you give to them? Finally, as we are coming to the end of our discussion.
Come again, your question?
What advice would you give to mothers who are unwilling to breastfeed their babies?
We advise them and talk to them about the dangers of this bottle feeding or formula milk. This will cause them risk of infection and chronic diseases. When you feed your child, you don't know how much the child eats, so you give the right amount of the food when you are breastfeeding. But if you feed on this bottle feeding, you may give too much and the child will become obese. This is causing diarrhea, pneumonia, and so many other infectious diseases.
All right. Over to you, Angelina. What message do you have for fathers, mothers, and the community at large?
Thank you so much. I will engage everyone as the mothers, the caretakers who are the fathers, the family members, to join our hands and support mothers who are breastfeeding, because this is the crucial way for us and it's the call for action for every family to support the mothers so that they breastfeed the children exclusively and then also give appropriate food. Try as much as possible, because the children that we are raising today are the future of the nation for tomorrow. So if we stand firm to support the mothers, even though the economic situation for our country is not favorable, let's try our best to see. It takes just a very simple food to raise your child, whereby it is nutritious, and that we say the breast milk are available. It's just to encourage the mother, let her have time and sit to breastfeed her own child.
Finally, from Christina Baum, that what advice can be given in a case the mother is unable to breastfeed for some medical or personal issues. Over to you, Kamisa.
Okay. I think there is no mother really doesn't want to breastfeed the child. As we mentioned previously, we said there is no single disease can prevent mother to breastfeed his child, because the joy of breastfeeding is really very great and it is natural. Unless we have the mother decide, according to WHO recommendation, in case of HIV, some mother, they will refuse to breastfeed their children because there is chance 1% out of 100 or how much, maybe you will be unlucky to get your child to get. But this one will also have a condition. You need to be really sure that there is sustainability of having that milk, and then the hygiene of having that milk. And you look onto different another aspect which will not harm the child. Yeah, in my final another remark, I don't know whether you give me or not. The breastfeeding, we cannot talk about breastfeeding when the mother is delivered. We need to orient the mother when she is still pregnant. Like during the follow-up, our health worker, the midwife, the nurses, they need to talk about the importance of breastfeeding. What shall she do before breastfeed? If they get, it is really very clear message. I think the mother will take care of that. Our problem, the mother are not receiving this information when they are pregnant. They will be surprised when they deliver. There is no milk. They don't know what to do. And then this will give stress. And then our mother will fail to breastfeed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it is really very important for us to take care of that one.
Thank you. Finally, up to here, we have come to the end of our conversation about that's protection, promotion, and support of breastfeeding. Kamisa, Victoria Bua, and Angelina Nibol, thank you all for coming. I've been your host, Madrama James. Thank you for asking those good questions.
The South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority Management has the pleasure to invite interested applicants who are willing to have a career in the aviation industry to apply for job opportunities as marshals and firefighters. The recruitment will cover all the airports and airstrips in the country.